A very warm welcome to the business news tonight. My name is Malika Kazia. Let's begin now with the GDP. Kenya's gross domestic product is projected to normalize back to 6%, a level that was prevalent over the last economic cycle. The prediction is according to ICEA Lion Asset Management firm. The company also projects a GDP recovery in Uganda despite a decline in key sectors such as agriculture and trade.
We expect GDP growth to normalize in Kenya in 2019 due to base effects and also biennial trends in agriculture and manufacturing sector GDP. Uganda GDP growth in the fourth quarter may pick up on recovery of the agriculture and trade sectors. Rwanda GDP growth may slow down sharply as the sectors that have driven the acceleration in 2018 GDP revert back to single-digit growth. And then finally, we note that the relationship between listed company performance in terms of profit warnings and GDP, private sector credit, and elections is mixed, whereby we see that private sector credit and election periods do not necessarily correlate that directly with profit warnings, but GDP growth seems to be a greater driver of profit warnings. And finally, we also note that direct costs, operating and admin costs, and credit default rates are key drivers of profit warnings or declining profitability amongst listed companies at the NSE, and therefore which suggests that cost management and credit risk management are the key factors to maintaining profitability, even in challenging business environments.
Still keeping it with the numbers, Vihiga Governor Dr. Wilbur Otichilo has absolved himself from blame in relation to the Auditor General's report for the financial year 2016-2017 that revealed that a total of 4.3 billion shillings was never accounted for and supported with documentation in Vihiga County. Now, Otichilo says his government is attempting to rectify the issues arising from the Auditor General's report, most of which emanated from his predecessor's administration. Take a look.
What that means is that the 4.3 billion we received, we could not account for it as required by providing ledger balances and schedules. I wish to state here today that this audit report covers the period of the previous administration, with the most unaccountability happening in the period leading to the 2017 general elections. The reported issues in this report constituted the bulk of the problem that my administration has been facing and confirms the challenges we have been working hard to resolve and eliminate. A county pending bills committee chaired by the Deputy Governor was constituted to prepare a report on the validity of the pending bills claims before the payments could be initiated. In the 2018-2019 financial year supplementary budget, Kenya shillings 200 million was also allocated for the pending bills. Once this report is submitted to the Cabinet Secretary for Treasury, we shall then be directed on the way forward as regards the settlement of the genuine pending bills.
Now on to matters safety. The safety of riders and passengers using motorcycles is an area that is yet to be improved upon to avoid the fatal accidents. Approximately 600,000 motorcycle operators are operating within the country. The motorcycle industry earns the country a revenue of 219 billion shillings annually. It is in this view that the National Industrial Training Authority has now formed a partnership with Honda Motorcycle Kenya to improve on safety of the means of transport.
Tumekuwa tukilearn about kutengeneza magari, but itasaidia pia na kutengeneza motorbike, because si huko hatukuwa tunadeal na small engine, but tumeona wametusaidia sana kuendeleza na hiyo, kuwa na hizo vitu mob za kutumikia tukiwa kwa field.
Look forward to developing effective curriculum competence standards, then curriculum for training, and the experts from ONDA will participate and give appropriate training to our trainers, and then we can do so much after this.
Safety starts from the research and development point of view. Creating a product that will be safe, that has been tried in the specific country, and in this case we are talking about Kenya. It goes into the production of the items that are used in the engine and the actual production process.
Now, the Kenya National Chamber of Commerce and Industry is raising concern over the increasing political temperatures in the country that it says will dim the bright economic prospects that the World Bank had projected for Kenya. Now, the chamber is asking politicians to focus on development, shun the referendum and succession politics, and allow the country to recover from the long electioneering period of 2017. Now, January is never an easy month as one starts from a position of coming from high spending. Well, KTN's Ashley Mork was out and about on the streets of Nairobi and now brings us the sentiments of Kenyans and how they're coping amidst back-to-school expenses and a rather high cost of living.
Of the seasons or years, people complain about January. They say they are broke. But January is just like any other month. By the way, January is the best month because it is the beginning of the year. You see, as a Christian, I believe in spoken word, that whatever you speak, it comes to pass. Because this mouth creates. What you speak, you get. So, what I would want to tell my fellow Kenyans is that when it comes to December, there are Eves, Christmas Eve, New Year, it's just like any other month. Why people become broke is spending without remembering there is January coming. So they overspend, they forget, they are taking students or their children back to school.
I think people have learned it before, so wamezoea maisha ni mbaya initially, so sahii lazima kila mtu amejipanga, so mwenye hajajipanga next time he knows what happened the last time, so this time.
Mimi naweza sema for a long time watu wengi sana wanaumianga January kwa sababu December hawajajipanga. Personally, mimi nimejaribu kubadilisha kidogo matumizi yangu December na jaribu kujipanga ndio January isinipate by surprise. Lakini kusema ukweli, the last 2-3 years imekuwa ngumu zaidi kwa sababu economy ya hii nchi imekuwa mismanaged kabisa. So efforts zako wewe binafsi zote za kufanya savings ama kutafuta pesa extra ukwe na kitu January, zote zinanegetiwa, zote ni kama zinabomolewa na the current mismanagement, economic mismanagement in the country, yes.
Various thoughts there shared by Kenyans on how they can cope with January and the rising cost of living for sure. Well, that's it from the business desk for tonight. Coming up with the latest in sports is Robinson Okenye. My name is Malika Kazia. Good night.